My boyfriend acted perfect, until I found out I was the fourth woman he was dating the exact same way. If you opened my phone a week ago, you'd see photos of us looking like the perfect couple. Smiling, planning trips, sharing coffee, building trust. And then you would have seen a second folder, full of almost identical photos, except the girl in them wasn't me. And a third folder, and a fourth. Same boyfriend, same places, same dates, same romantic surprises. Different women. And that's how I discovered the quietest, most terrifying relationship scheme I've ever seen. But let me explain from the start. We met at work. His name was Ilya, 29, calm, polite, unbelievably attentive. He would bring me coffee exactly how I liked it, remember every small detail I ever mentioned, text good morning every single day, give small gifts, just because, never raise his voice, always ask how I was feeling. You know those guys who seem too good to be true? Yeah, that was him. 1 month, pure euphoria. 2 months, planning trips. 3 months, he offered me a key to his apartment. I really thought I found the one. Until all perfect things fall apart because of tiny details. One evening, I stopped by his place without warning. I opened the door. He was sitting at the kitchen table. But the table was set for two. 2 wine glasses, 2 plates, napkins folded neatly, candles lit. He looked at me and said, "Oh, I was waiting for you." But the food gave him away. 2 different kinds of pasta, 2 different sauces, and I always order the same thing. I asked, "Why 2 plates?" He froze for a moment. I couldn't decide which one you'd want. At that time, I believed him. Now I know he just didn't have time to clean up after someone else. One night he fell asleep on my chest. His phone was next to us and suddenly lit up. Sync complete. The screen didn't lock. His gallery opened automatically, and I saw a folder labeled D. My name is Diana, so obviously, I clicked. Cute photos. Us in a cafe. Us at the movies. Me sleeping on his shoulder. My cup on his desk. Adorable. Until I noticed another folder. A. I opened it. A woman I'd never seen. But the same cafe. The same table. The same angle. The same exact sweater he wore with me. Except now he was with her. Then folder. M. Then K. 4 folders. 4 women. Same dates. Same restaurants. Same selfies. Same poses. Same gifts. Same captions. We weren't special. We were copy-pasted. It got worse when I opened his messages. He told each of us the exact same things. "You make me feel calm. You feel like home. I've never been this honest with anyone. I love the way you laugh. Do you want a key to my place?" It wasn't love. It was a script. He built the same perfect relationship with each of us, copied the same gestures, the same compliments, the same emotional moments. And the worst part? He picked women who recently got out of painful relationships. We were lonely, vulnerable, and he became the exact person each of us needed. Because he'd already practiced. I didn't sleep for 3 nights. My brain couldn't decide if I should cry, yell, or just disappear. And then, fate did the job for me. I saw her. The girl from folder A. She was standing outside our office, holding the exact same bouquet he gave me a week earlier, looking around, waiting. I approached her. Sorry, is that from Ilya?" She smiled. "Yeah, do you know him?" I said, "I'm his girlfriend." Her expression broke. We didn't scream. We didn't accuse each other. We just compared photos. Everything matched. Same restaurants, same lines, same gifts, same dates, same promises. Our conversations with him were almost word for word identical. We even had identical bracelets, as a symbol. He had rehearsed everything. Together we found the other 2 girls. One through Instagram, another through mutual likes, and the fourth through a tagged story. Each one thought he was serious. Each one thought she was exclusive. One girl even introduced him to her parents. He told each of us a different life philosophy. 1. I want kids someday. Another. Kids aren't for me. 3rd. I love traveling. Let's explore the world. 4th. I'm scared of planes. He shape-shifted, depending on what we needed. It wasn't love. It was manipulation. A system. A strategy. We traced everything back. He'd been doing this for at least a year. We made a plan, and all 4 of us went to his apartment together. He opened the door, saw me, smiled. "Hey, babe." Then he froze. His face went so pale it was almost ghostly. He kept trying to explain. You misunderstood. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I felt empty, and you girls just filled different parts of my life. You're all important to me. One of the girls asked, just tell us this. Was any of this real? With any of us? He looked at each of us, opened his mouth, closed it, couldn't answer. And that silence was the real answer. We walked out, all four of us. He still texts me every day. You're the special one. Please don't go. But now I know the truth. We were all special right until he found the next woman to copy his script onto. I thought my boyfriend was just caring. Turns out he was tracking every breath I took, in a spreadsheet. If you'd asked me a month ago what toxic relationships look like, I would have said yelling, cheating, insults, screaming matches. Turns out I was wrong. Toxic can be quiet. So quiet that you start thinking you're the crazy one. My boyfriend never yelled, never insulted me, never slammed doors. He just knew everything about me. Too much. And then I found out he was tracking every text I sent, every step I took, my sleep schedule, even how I breathe at night, in an Excel file with 112 sheets. Yeah, I didn't miscount. But let me start from the beginning. We started dating last spring. Alex was calm, smart, quiet, very observant. At first, I honestly thought I got lucky. He remembered that I hate cinnamon, knew exactly which days I had important meetings, brought me coffee at the exact moment I started getting tired, texted, "Did you eat? You always forget." It looked like care, almost too perfect, but I told myself, relax, some people are just thoughtful. One time he even remembered that I liked peanut candy as a kid, something I mentioned once, in passing. I felt seen. Until it became terrifying. The first red flag was almost funny. I told him one evening, "I'm tired. I think I'll go to bed early tonight." He answered, "Yeah, just like last Thursday, at 11:17 p.m. I laughed. "What? Are you memorizing the exact time I go to sleep now?" He shrugged. "Yeah, I just like to understand your routine." Okay, weird, but I brushed it off. Then he added, "And don't eat too late. Last time you ate at 12:41 a.m., remember? You didn't feel well after." I froze. I hadn't told him that. I didn't text him, didn't call him. He wasn't with me. "Wait, how do you know that?" I asked. He shrugged again. "You told me." "No, I didn't. And I knew that for a fact. But I told myself, maybe I did mention it and just forgot. Don't be paranoid." Yeah, that was stupid. We'd been dating for 5 months when I first saw his laptop open. He almost never left it unattended. But this time he went to take a shower and left the screen on. I didn't plan to snoop. Honestly, I didn't. But I saw a file on the desktop. Lena_track_2024.xlsx. My name is Lena. Curiosity kills faster than the truth. I double-clicked. The file took a few seconds to load. It felt like it weighed as much as a government database. When it finally opened, I went cold. The sheets were named Messages Count, Sleep Time, Work Stress Index, Calls In-Out, Mood Tracked, Food Log, Cycle Production, Wake Up Breathing Rate. And that was just the first few. There were 112 sheets in total. I opened the first one. Columns everywhere. Date, time, number of messages I sent, number I received, average length, emotional tone, possible triggers. I opened the second sheet. He was tracking the exact times when I woke up, went to sleep, took a shower, ate, stayed late at work, went out for lunch, disappeared offline, turned on music. Third sheet. My anxiety level by day, with graphs. Fourth sheet. A list of every person I'd communicated with that month. Each name had a label. Risk to relationship. And next to them, green, safe, yellow, monitor, red, threat. My best friend was marked red. A coworker I sat next to was yellow. I honestly thought I was going to pass out. Then I opened sheet number 78. Title, Risk of Breakup, Prediction. There was a line graph showing how likely I was to break up with him. For that particular day it said, 13%. Reason, tired, less attention to Alex, slept less than 6 hours. I closed the laptop and just sat there. He wasn't caring. He was monitoring me, and doing it so quietly that I mistook it for love. That evening, he came out of the shower, saw the laptop closed, and looked at me, completely calm. Then he asked, "You found the spreadsheet, didn't you?" I didn't answer. He sat next to me, took my hand and said, "You don't understand. I'm doing this so I can understand you, so I don't repeat the mistakes other guys made, so I can be perfect for you. I asked, and for that, you need to know what time I breathe at night? He replied, still calm. You breathe heavier when you're anxious in your sleep. I track when that happens so I can predict your emotional spikes. I asked, and the list of dangerous people in my life, that's also you being caring? He nodded. Yes, I don't want anyone to hurt you. I don't want to lose you. And then he said a sentence I will never forget. Lena, if I can control the data, I can control the pain. I just want you to never suffer again. Something inside me snapped. I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I didn't call him a psycho. I just said, that same evening, that I needed space. He nodded. Of course, but please turn on your location sharing. I'll worry about you. I said, no. He smiled. Okay. Then at least send me a voice message when you get home, so I know you're safe. I left, without shouting, without slamming the door. But inside I was panicking in a way I've never felt before. I changed my passwords, deleted apps, turned off my phone. But the next part is what broke me completely. 3 days later, I was staying at my friend's place. My phone was off. I didn't post anything. No one knew the address. And then, an email. From him. Subject line. I lowered the breakup risk to 7%. Inside, he wrote, You're exhausted. You're not sleeping well. I understand everything. You need time. I'll give you space. But please don't disappear. I'm still here. And I can see you're safe. I called him from a different phone. New number, different account. Alex. Hi, Lena. How do you know where I am? He answered calmly. You forgot to shut down your laptop when you left. And the window reflection showed the building. I found it through Google geotagging on your previous photos. It wasn't hard. Same tone, zero anger. Like he was explaining a recipe or a math problem. I filed a stalking report. We changed the locks. I changed my number, deleted my old accounts. My parents took me in for a while. He hasn't contacted me since. But a friend of mine checked something later. His spreadsheet? It kept updating for another 12 days after I cut off all contact. He was still logging my data, even without a single signal from me. The last entry in his Excel said, Risk 100%. Reason: deactivated all channels of communication.
Thanks for listening. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Tell your story in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more twisted tales.